Good evening. The weather bulletin. At this very moment, a major storm system is forming and is expected to directly impact the United States in the coming days. Threats include extreme weather, heavy rainfall leading to flooding, and tornadoes across many states in the central and northern regions. In Montana, a strong low-pressure system is moving in, bringing thunderstorms, hail, and damaging winds, set to sweep through Chicago, Milwaukee, and Des Moines. Tomorrow, more than 30 million people across Colorado and the Midwest will be within a risk zone for strong winds, large hail, and tornadoes, even though the tornado probability is only about 2%. On Sunday, the threat will continue in Kansas, Missouri, and Colorado. In addition, rainfall totals over the next 48 hours in the Midwest could reach 3 to 6 inches, with localized amounts up to 10 inches, enough to cause rapid flooding and pose a life-threatening hazard. Safety reminder. Turn around. Don't drown. Do not take risks in floodwaters. In the Atlantic, a tropical wave has just moved off the coast of Africa and could develop into a tropical storm. While its track remains uncertain, this could become the first named storm of the season. Aaron, we will continue to bring you constant updates. Don't forget to turn on alerts to receive the latest warnings. This has been the Emergency Weather Bulletin. We begin today's news with a concerning development. A large storm system is on track to impact the United States in the coming days. This system carries the threat of severe weather, from intense thunderstorms, damaging winds, and large hail to the potential for widespread flooding. Forecasts also indicate the possibility of a tropical storm forming in the Atlantic next week, one that could directly affect the U.S. mainland. First, let's look at current conditions. A large low-pressure system is currently situated over Montana. Initially, it produced scattered hailstorms and thunderstorms in Minnesota, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Fortunately, early impacts have not caused major damage. However, meteorologists warn this is only the first stage of a complex chain of weather events that could intensify in the hours and days ahead. Today, this low-pressure system will interact with other atmospheric features, setting the stage for multiple rounds of thunderstorms stretching from the Midwest to the Central Plains. Major cities such as Chicago, Milwaukee, and Des Moines are in the direct path of impact. Experts caution that all forms of severe weather are possible, including strong winds, large hail, and tornadoes. Of particular concern is the potential for major flooding to develop as early as tonight and continue into tomorrow morning, with heavy rain falling on already saturated ground. On Saturday, forecast models show a slight risk area extending from Colorado to the Midwest. Locations such as Des Moines, Madison, and the Chicago suburbs fall entirely within this alert zone. An estimated 30 million people could be affected by severe weather that day. The primary threats remain strong winds, large hail, and tornadoes, with a tornado probability of around 2%. While that figure may seem low, in densely populated and highly developed areas, even a single tornado can cause significant damage. By Sunday, the situation remains unsettled. The core of the storm system will shift toward the Central Plains, directly affecting areas around Topeka, Kansas City, Denver, and northern St. Louis. Here, the risk of scattered strong winds, hail, and tornadoes will persist, while not extreme, still enough to disrupt travel and daily activities. Over the next 48 hours, much of the Midwest faces a moderate risk of heavy rainfall. Quantitative precipitation forecasts call for widespread totals of 3 to 6 inches, with isolated spots up to 10 inches. Such rainfall makes large-scale flooding almost inevitable. The National Weather Service has reiterated its vital safety message: turn around. Don't drown. Never attempt to drive or walk through floodwaters, as most flood-related fatalities occur when people try to cross inundated roads. Today's detailed forecast for the Central Plains shows that by afternoon, areas near Denver could see the development of supercells, powerful, rotating thunderstorms capable of producing very large hail, extreme wind gusts, and sometimes tornadoes. As night falls, these supercells will continue to generate strong winds and hail, although tornado risk will gradually diminish. Rainfall totals over the next 24 to 36 hours across this region are expected to range from 1 to 4 inches, with some locations seeing 4 to 8 inches and isolated pockets up to 10 inches. Slow-moving thunderstorm clusters could keep rain over the same areas for hours, sharply increasing the risk of flash flooding. Drivers are urged to use extreme caution at night, when reduced visibility and slick roads make conditions even more hazardous. Meanwhile, in the tropics, a tropical wave has just moved off the coast of Africa and is heading west. Initial data suggests it has the potential to develop into a tropical storm or even a hurricane in the coming days. Its exact path remains highly uncertain. It could steer toward the U.S. mainland or curve out to sea, sparing populated areas. Regardless of the outcome, this system warrants close monitoring, especially as we move into the peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. Back in the continental U.S., temperatures across much of the lower 48 are running above the multi-year average. Forecasts indicate that by Sunday and Monday, cooler air from the north will bring relief to the plains and Midwest. However, by mid to late next week, heat will return, with many areas likely reaching 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius. Such sharp temperature swings can challenge the human body's ability to adapt and may help trigger additional late-week thunderstorms. By next weekend, thunderstorms are expected to return to the Ohio Valley and the northern plains. This marks the familiar seasonal shift in focus, the severe weather season winding down as meteorologists turn their primary attention to tropical storms and hurricanes, which typically peak in late August and through September. With a potentially dangerous tropical wave forming off Africa and severe weather threats developing inland over the next several days, residents are urged to remain on high alert. Experts advise monitoring forecasts frequently, having a plan in place for storms and flooding, and never letting temporary calm lead to complacency. Conditions can change within hours. We will continue to track both the major storm system approaching the U.S. mainland and the tropical wave in the Atlantic, bringing you the fastest and most accurate updates in our upcoming reports, including live coverage if needed. Please enable alerts so you won't miss any critical weather warnings.